Malnutrition remains to be one of the most crucial health issues in the world, especially in Southeast Asia. Malnutrition is defined as the imbalance of certain nutrient intake that can cause detrimental effects on overall health. In children, malnutrition can even lead to conditions such as stunting. In Southeast Asia itself, 3 out of 10 children suffer from malnutrition-induced stunting. These statistics place Southeast Asia stunting prevalence as the second highest in other Asia subregions. Stunting-induced malnutrition can be caused by many factors, the most common being protein deficiency and low gut health. A research done by Gatia et al. 2022 even found that stunted children tend to have a 64.26% protein dietary intake lower than normal children. These conditions are made worse by the data that shows microbes in stunted children's gut is lower compared to healthy gut. However, protein-rich foods are often expensive, while probiotic-rich foods usually have low shelf life, making them difficult to be accessed by the lower middle class, making them more vulnerable to malnutrition and stunting. Permisi Ibu, harga daging 1 kilo berapa ya? Yang ini 25. 125 1 kilo. Terima kasih ya Ibu.
As a form of awareness towards this crucial issue, our team proposes an innovative solution. Porto Noodles, probiotic instant noodles fortified with Bacillus coagulans spore and high protein content to solve Southeast Asia's malnutrition issue. Our main ingredients include a mixture of soy flour, sorghum flour, and also wheat flour. We chose soy flour since they have a substantial protein content of 35 up to 38%, with soy protein being qualitatively composed of complete and high-quality essential amino acids. Sorghum, on the other hand, is used as partial replacement for wheat flour since a total replacement results in a bad organoleptic response. Sorghum also contains 8.47% protein, 1.5% fiber, and high antioxidants which can significantly enhance human health. And for the last one, for the second ingredient,
we also use Bacillus coagulans as our probiotic agent.
Bacillus coagulans is an endospore-forming probiotic with high resistance towards extreme environmental conditions, such as hot boiling water in your instant noodle cooking process.
And don't worry, research has shown that it is able to aid in the protein absorption process of humans and has also been considered GRAS by the FDA.
To produce this spore, several steps are needed in the lab. First, Bacillus coagulans was inoculated in the nutrient broth and was incubated in the incubator for 37 degrees Celsius for 24 hours.
To induce sporulation, the bacteria is isolated in nutrient-yeast extract salt medium agar and incubated at 37 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. To harvest the spores, a single colony from the sporulation process was transferred to the NYSM broth and incubated with a shaking incubator at 250 rpm at 37 degrees Celsius for 5 days. The spores will then be sterilized through a water bath at 80 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes in order to eliminate the vegetative bacterial form. Next, sterile dilution is done to reach its optimum concentration, which is 1 multiplied by 10 to the power of 10 colony-forming unit per gram. Microencapsulation was prepared by adding Bacillus coagulans spore suspension into a sterilized pre-suspension solution with a ratio of 1 to 4 to obtain a concentration of 1 multiplied by 10 to the power of 8 CFU per gram. The pre-suspension solution consists of skim milk powder, maltodextrin, and cellulose acetate phthalate with the ratio of 5 to 2 to 1 and 5% of inulin. Finally, the mixture is spray-dried using Buchi 290 with an inlet temperature of 120 degrees Celsius, outlet temperature of 50 degrees Celsius, 0.3 bar air of compression, and a feeding rate of 16.5 milliliters per minute. The microcapsules then are collected and stored in a sterile container.
Now, the secret ingredients are ready to be mixed with the noodle dough.
Okay, thanks Vincent. Now we got our secret ingredient and we can make our noodle. First, the noodle dough is made by mixing refined wheat flour of 62.2%, sorghum flour 24.6%, soy flour 13.2%, gluten 2.95%, 155% tap water, 0.2% guar gum, 2% sodium chloride, and 1% sodium hydroxide until pliable and homogeneous dough is formed. Knead the dough until it's no longer sticky. The dough is then kept in the plastic bag at 25 up to 27 degrees Celsius for 1 hour and sheeted by passing it several times through a pasta roller to a final thickness of 2 mm. We will then use a machine to make noodle strands, which will then be steamed for 3 minutes and dried in a hot air oven at 85 degrees Celsius for 90 minutes. The dried noodles were cooled and stored in heat-sealed LDP packets at 25 degrees Celsius for a maximum of 6 months. We always strive for the best quality. To evaluate and measure the quality of our noodles, we test our noodles in certain aspects, which is in vitro analysis, macronutrient analysis, cooking properties evaluation, texture analysis, and sensory analysis. The microcapsule of probiotic spore resistance was tested in simulated gastric fluid or SGF to imitate the stomach acid environment, and the degradation of microcapsule was also tested in simulated intestinal fluid or SIF to imitate the colon-based environment. Microcapsules then are spread into plates and the growth of bacteria is calculated in colony-forming units per gram in each group of microcapsules using total plate count. The macronutrient analysis carried in the study includes fat, ash, protein, crude fiber, carbohydrate, and also moisture content analysis. Moisture content is analyzed using the gravimetric oven method, ash content is analyzed using the dry ashing method, fat content is analyzed using the Soxhlet extraction method, protein content is analyzed using the semi-micro-Gel-Dal method, crude fiber is analyzed using Indonesia's National Protocol for Instant Noodles Analysis, and lastly, the carbohydrate content is analyzed using the difference method based on the research by Chepkosgei and Norina in 2021. We also test the water intake and cooking loss of the noodles by cooking our noodles in 200 ml of distilled water until it is fully cooked. Then the noodles weight gain after cooking is used to calculate the water intake. The textural properties of our noodles are then evaluated using a texture analyzer software. And last but not least, a sensory evaluation of the cooked noodles was conducted with 30 semi-trained panelists who had prior experience in sensory assessment.
After conducted all of the tests, here's the result we get. Our in vitro analysis indicated that encapsulated samples mark superior survival rates in SGF and SIF. Our encapsulated samples mark a loss of only 0.93 log CFU per gram compared to free cells that lost a significantly 3.2 log CFU per gram. Our macronutrient analysis indicated that the product has a notably high protein content. Per 100 grams of the product, the formulated noodles contain 58% carbohydrates, 17% protein, 4% fat, 3.4% ash, and 4.8% fiber. This increase in nutritional value is resulted by incorporation of sorghum and soy flour during noodles formulations. Our noodle product requires a significantly longer cooking time at about 9 minutes compared to regular noodles at 6.3 minutes and 8.1%. In terms of textures, there is no significant difference in hardness and adhesiveness between multigrain 38N 0.3 NS and regular noodles 33N 0.3 NS. However, multigrain noodles had significantly greater springiness and lower cohesiveness. Meanwhile, sensory evaluation revealed that regular noodles were preferred in color 8.1, appearance 7.9, and overall acceptability 7.9 rather than multigrain noodles 7.3, 7.3, 7.3. Though taste ratings did not differ significantly. Regular noodles were rated like very much, while multigrain noodles were rated like moderately. The lower sensory score for multigrain noodles may be due to their lower peak and breakdown viscosity compared to refined wheat flour.
The noodles is made from refined wheat flour, sorghum flour, soy flour, and gluten with microencapsulation of Bacillus coagulans spores and provide nutritious food products with probiotic content which can withstand high temperature from the cooking process. Microencapsulation of Bacillus coagulans spores with spray drying method will give the noodle heat resistance probiotic content to maintain better gut health. This is proven by a loss of only 0.93 log CFU per gram on the encapsulated sample when tested in SGF and SIF. It contains 58% carbohydrates, 17% protein, 4.7% fat, 3.4 ash, and 4.8% fiber per 100 grams. It also has a very similar texture and acceptability with regular noodles. Hence, it has an incredible high potential to solve malnutrition and stunting issues in Southeast Asia, especially to lower middle groups. Proto Noodles, fueling healthy futures.